This is the story of a single father named Daniel Carter, who lived a life shaped by sacrifice, hope, and the unshakable belief that kindness still matters. Daniel was not a wealthy man. He did not wear fancy clothes, nor drive a luxurious car. In fact, his old truck coughed and rattled more than it ran. But what he lacked in money, he more than made up for with heart. He was raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, all alone after his wife passed away unexpectedly. He worked double shifts at a small auto repair shop, doing everything he could to provide food, shelter, and a small sense of normalcy for the little girl who looked up to him as her hero. Every night, no matter how exhausted he felt, he would read her a story. And every morning, he would pack her school lunch, adding a small drawing or message, reminding her just how loved she was. The world may have seen an ordinary mechanic, but to Lily, he was the greatest man alive. One rainy afternoon, Daniel's life changed without warning. He had just picked up Lily from school when he noticed a car pulled off the highway, hazard lights blinking. A woman stood beside the vehicle, looking distressed, trying to shield herself from the pounding rain. Cars passed by one after another, drivers glancing for a moment but refusing to stop. Daniel slowed down. He looked at Lily. She nodded, she knew her dad's heart. He pulled over. The woman was dressed in a professional suit, her shoes soaked with water and frustration. Daniel stepped out into the rain. "Ma'am, are you okay?" he asked. "No," she sighed. "My tire blew out, and I have no idea how to change it. I've been waiting for roadside assistance, but they said it might take hours." Without another word, Daniel rolled up his sleeves. He grabbed his tools from the truck, telling Lily to stay inside where it was warm. He knelt in the mud and water, sharing no complaints, no expectations. His job was greasy and tiring every day, yet here he was, on his one break, helping someone who was a complete stranger. The rain soaked him from head to toe. His fingers numbed from the cold. But he worked patiently and carefully until the tire was replaced. When he finished, he stood up, dripping, breathing heavily, but smiling gently. The woman thanked him repeatedly and reached for her purse. "How much do I owe you?" she asked. Daniel shook his head. "You don't owe me anything," he replied. "Just try to do something kind for someone else someday." She stared at him, surprised. People rarely turned down money, especially people who looked like they needed it. She noticed the child watching from the truck. She noticed the worn-out tools, the patched-up boots, the humble tone in his voice. Something about this man struck her deeply. Still, she tried one more time. "Please, at least let me buy you and your daughter dinner." He smiled, but politely refused again. "We've got food at home. Take care, ma'am. Drive safe." He returned to his truck. Lily grinned proudly, whispering, "You're the best dad." And Daniel, tired yet content, simply said, "We help when we can." That's what good people do. They drove away, unaware that the woman they helped was not just any stranded driver. She was Judge Olivia Warren, the newly appointed head of the family court district. A woman whose decisions had the power to change lives forever. And she would remember the man who showed kindness when no one was watching. Days passed. Life returned to its familiar struggle. The bills on Daniel's kitchen table seemed to grow taller by the week. He was behind on rent. He worried constantly about Lily's future. And then, the day he feared arrived, a notice declaring they were to be evicted. Daniel fought to stay calm for Lily's sake. He submitted paperwork for aid, scholarships, school support, anything that could help him stay afloat. Then came the court date. He had never been in a courtroom before. He felt nervous, small, and embarrassed. He held Lily's hand as they entered the courthouse, never expecting that fate would lead him back to the woman he helped on the roadside. When the judge entered the room, Daniel froze. There she was, dry, confident, and authoritative, sitting on the bench. Judge Olivia Warren. Her eyes scanned the courtroom, then paused as she recognized the man standing before her. She remembered the rain, the kindness, the refusal to accept money, the selfless act from someone who clearly didn't have much to spare. The landlord's lawyer presented their case: unpaid rent, broken lease terms, eviction required. The facts were clear, there was no argument that Daniel had fallen behind. But Judge Olivia didn't simply see paperwork, she saw the mud-soaked father changing a tire without expecting anything in return. She saw a hard-working man trying to protect the only family he had left. She saw humanity. Mr. Carter, she said gently, do you have anything you would like to say on behalf of yourself and your daughter? Daniel took a breath, voice tight with worry. Your Honor, I'm trying my best. I work long hours. I'm not asking for sympathy. I just need more time. My little girl deserves a stable home. I'll make every payment, I swear. Just, don't take her security away from her. Lily squeezed his hand. He stood tall, even as fear trembled behind his eyes. Judge Olivia studied him, carefully and silently. Everyone in the courtroom waited, expecting a standard ruling. Instead, she set down her papers and leaned forward. Mr. Carter, she said, sometimes life gives us opportunities to see who people really are. A few days ago, you stopped to help a stranger. You didn't ask for anything, not praise, not payment. You simply helped because it was right. Today, that stranger has the privilege to help you. Daniel blinked, confused at first, then stunned as recognition dawned on him. The entire courtroom looked around, surprised. Judge Olivia continued, I am ordering an immediate halt to this eviction. Additionally, the court will provide rental assistance and ensure you and your daughter remain in your home while we enroll you in a financial support and job advancement program. You will not be forced out. Daniel's voice trembled. Your Honor, I don't know what to say. She smiled. Just keep being the man your daughter believes you are. Tears spilled from Lily's eyes as she hugged her father with all the strength in her tiny body. The courtroom felt the emotion, a weight lifted, a miracle witnessed, a reminder that compassion still has power in this world. After the hearing, Judge Olivia approached them quietly. That day on the road, she said softly, you taught me something important, kindness is never wasted. Sometimes, it circles back when we least expect it. Daniel shook his head humbly. Thank you, Your Honor. I just didn't want to see someone left alone. Judge Olivia smiled warmly. Exactly. And because of that heart, your daughter will grow up knowing true goodness. As they walked out of the courthouse, the sun breaking through clouds, Lily looked up at her father and whispered, I want to be kind too, just like you. And Daniel realized that the greatest legacy he could give to his daughter wasn't money or a big house, but a heart full of compassion. From that day forward, their lives slowly improved. Daniel received better work opportunities through the program Judge Olivia recommended. Lily flourished in school, knowing her home was safe and her father was her unbreakable protector. In Judge Olivia, she carried that memory with her every day. On the bench, remembering that behind every case, every name, every struggle, there is a human being who may just need someone to believe in them. What can we learn from this? That kindness is not a weakness. It is not a foolish act. It is the greatest investment we can make in the world. We never know who we are helping, or how that moment might return to us in ways we never imagined. Maybe the person you comfort today becomes the doctor who saves your life tomorrow. Maybe the hand you extend to a stranger becomes the reason your future is protected. Every act of goodness sets off a ripple that moves through lives, through hearts, through time. Daniel did not help for recognition. He did not help to gain favor. He helped because his soul demanded it. And that is why life rewarded him, because genuine kindness is powerful beyond measure. So to those listening today, be the person who stops in the rain. Be the person who kneels down in the mud. Be the person who gives without asking anything in return. Because at the end of the day, titles fade, money fades, but the impact of a good heart never disappears. Daniel Carter's story teaches us one undeniable truth. When you choose kindness, you choose greatness. When you lift others, you rise too. And when you lead with love, life finds a way to bring that love back to you. May we all strive to be like that single father, an ordinary man who made the world extraordinary, one act of kindness at a time.